you like rap music?
Yeah, I like rap.
You like rap music? Well, turn around real slow then. I'm from the Rap Coalition of America. Take that gun off and throw it over there. Throw the gun over there. If you like rap music so much, how come you ain't smiling?
I'm smiling.
Smile real big.
I'm smiling.
Now let's do a rap together.
Go ahead.
Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
Say ow.
Yow.
We now return to the real Milkcrate Monologues.
Hey, this is Amber Ojeda, and I am proud to call myself a friend of Phyllis Cypher. And
You're bumping Phyllis Cypher, my homeboy, better known as Ron Johnson.
So you can listen to some Phyllis Cypher up in your ear.
You're now rocking with Phyllis Cypher, fresh by design. If you ain't heard of Phyllis Cypher yet, I don't know where you've been. Maybe you've been under a rock. Maybe you've been locked in a box. I don't know what's going on, but trust me, you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Tonight, Mr. Phyllis Cypher, what's going on, man? All right, now, for everybody that doesn't know, man, you've got a lot going on, man. You're a musician, MC, and a producer, and, poetry, and a whole lot of different things that are going on. Your lyrics are like poetry, so to speak.
Before we start on this sampler of our new stereo albums, I want to try to answer a question which has been put to me many times lately. What is
Phyllis Cypher.
Phyllis Cypher.
Phyllis Cypher.
What does it do that other recording can't do? And why is it better? Well, the main difference is this.
Step up and introduce yourself.
Call me Phyllis Cypher.
Right.
Friends call me Ron J. Out here in Hollywood, they call me RJ Wayne. Hit the ground like trucks, Spitfire, Tony Hawk. 900 on these suckers, man, his flow is the same. Half man, half metaphysic agent, 100% blatant, and equal parts dope and amazing. Oscar the Grouch to you trash kids, I'm the meanest. Flow so dumb that I gotta be a genius.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of names. My name is Ron Johnson. The name registered with the Screen Actors Guild of America is RJ Wayne. And when I'm on the microphone, like I have been for the past 20 years, I go by the name Phyllis Cypher. So that's me. Phyllis Cypher is a name that was given to me for one reason, and I repurposed it to suit another. Originally, it was given to me by my first DJ, DJ Pac-Man at the time, and I was a beatboxer and a rapper at that time, and so his idea was that I was filling the cipher with the beatbox, as in the freestyle cipher, right? But when I decided to be like a full-fledged rapper and go out on my own, I decided that I would change the spelling and I would change the way the name, the meaning of the name, in order to suit my new endeavor of rapping, the type of rapper that I wanted to be, the type of persona that I wanted to create. So it went from Philasipher to Philasipher. So the phila meaning philosopher, philanthropist, someone who does great deeds, good things with their words, furthers education, furthers knowledge, and then the cipher, right? The code, the cipher as in, a code, or the cipher, the circle, the completion. So together my name means completion of thought, completion of good deed, full circle. That's what my name means. And now that I'm 36, I'm feeling that name more than ever because of how long it's been. And I feel like I've come full circle now with this thing that we're putting out. I was a young child and I was in North Carolina at a family reunion. And my cousin Sherry had taken me to a Kmart because she had to get something for herself. But while I was there, she had bought me a toy too. I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, so she bought me a Ghostbusters action figure. So I'm sitting in the back seat. She's driving us to the family reunion, and she was a huge hip hop head and loved music. And I'm playing with this action figure in my hands. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a Ghostbusters. And a sound came on the radio through the speakers, and she had it turned up really loud. And for the first time, I heard DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Summertime. And even though there were no images accompanied with the radio, I stared at the radio until the song was finished. And I knew at that moment that I was gonna be a rapper. And that's when I fell in love with hip hop music. Milkcrate Monologues, for all intents purposes, was my last will and testament. I wrote the Milkcrate Monologues on what I had perceived, what I thought was going to be my deathbed. I thought that it was my last best chance to write down my thoughts in rap format, all the things I wanted to say to my audience and to the people and the purveyors of hip hop that I never got to say. And I wanted it to be my lasting impact on the world and something that people could pick up and read long after I was dead and understand my thoughts and how deeply I love this culture and this art form and how important it was to me. So that was the idea. And luckily, I survived and I made it out of that situation 100% intact. Go figure. And I decided to continue writing. At first, I had only written a few. And the idea behind the Milkcrate Monologues is that it's a book of hip-hop monologues for theater. So they're definitely monologues that you can rehearse, you can perform, and you can work with like in a theater class or an acting class. But the thing is that they're written completely in rap form. So we as hip-hop artists, we want to be individuals, we want to be unique, but we are constrained by the format of modern popular music. Whereas, 16 bar verse chorus, 16 bar verse chorus. The idea behind Milkcrate Monologues was, what if I started writing a rap song, but I didn't stop writing the raps until I was finished. And the raps went from 16 bar verses to 3 pages long. And that's when I realized I had tapped into a part of myself that really needed to speak and really needed to express myself in that theatrical format. Being that I have always been an actor and a rapper at the same time, as well as a musician, these influences are constantly melding with each other in the first place. So, why wouldn't that be interesting to try to do something in a theatrical format and really introduce the elements and the virtues and the culture of hip hop into theatrical monologues? And that's how it came about, and that became the mantra of how I was going to complete it and release it to the public. When Town Street came to me with the idea of doing the stage production, originally it was just going to be like a one-person show. I was just going to do all my monologues and be done with it. But the more and more we looked over it, the more and more we discovered and decided that these monologues can not only be monologues, they can be rap dialogues, they can be scenes, they can be vignettes that can have more than one person saying them. And that was the idea that was proposed, and that's the idea that we ran with. And then the Milkcrate Monologues became something completely different, something so much more inclusive and rewarding to work on, because I mean I'm a rapper. I'm used to hearing my own raps all the time. You know, I rehearse them, I perform them. You get what you get out of it. But pulling it apart and really discovering the essence of each piece and how they respond to each other as pieces, right? How could you put together an overarching theme with these monologues that were seemingly about random parts of my life, right? It just became something completely new and undiscovered territory for me, uncharted territory for me, and I casted 9 people, and they're the greatest bunch of people I've ever had the opportunity to work with in theater. I'm so proud of them. Some of them have learned how to rap from the ground up, literally in this rehearsal process, and they haven't done it before. And they sound like MCs. They sound like a rap group. You know, the Milkcrate crew, we'll call them. They sound like a rap group. And I'm just so proud to have given something to people who really latched onto it and really it really spoke to them. And I think that's evident in the pieces that we have for you when you come see the show. You know, whether you watch theater, whether you watch movies, whether you watch TV, whether you go walking out on the street, hip hop has already become a part of your life, whether you know it or not. It's in every mainstream form of media, art, music, popular culture, and it's been that way for almost 40 years now. So hip hop is not a stretch for you. Your patent leather high top sneakers are hip hop. The drum machines that get used in country music songs now are hip hop. That's where they come from, right? So coming to theater is honestly just the logical next step. Actual genuine hip hop theater. We've had a lot of theater that has used elements of the culture of hip hop, but really that is a mainstream marketing tool that they use to sell this other thing that they're trying to sell you, right? It's never just been where you sit down in the theater and hip hop just takes over. And so that's what we're trying to give to the people that come to see the show, and that's the biggest selling point. If you really want to discover this thing that's already a part of you, but you want to know what it really is, then come sit down and let us show you. You will see the history of the culture, and by the history of the culture, I don't mean, a story about somebody who picks up a turntable and, how does this work? No. What I want to show you is the circumstances that created hip hop. The poverty, the neglect, the disenfranchisement, the racism, the loose ends of the civil rights movement. The things that built hip hop was a lot of civil unrest and a lot of places where there were no escape. And they created this thing to satiate their hunger, their necessity to express themselves. That's what makes it hip hop. Not just the rap form, not just the music, not just the dress, not just the things you see with your eyes. Hip hop is in here. And that's where you're gonna find it when you see the Milkcrate